What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode, I'm gonna start off with Dante and Lulu first. I don't, like I said before, I don't blame Dante for being mad at Lulu. I don't blame him. She did not, as an investigative journalist, this goes to show you how green Lulu is. Lulu is very green in this career because Dante was right. You have to fact check. You know what I mean? You got to do your due diligence. You have to investigate every angle. You have to make sure all your bases are covered. You have to, even if somebody tell you something, you should investigate it. Don't just take their word for it. Don't be blind. You know what I mean? And she just handled the whole Heinrich situation all wrong from the beginning to the end. She handled everything wrong. See, this is what I'm saying. Her being an investigative journalist, she should not be covering big stories like this. She should not, because she's still new to the field. She should be covering dog shows and cat shows and cafeteria food. That's the type of story she should be doing right now because you're new. You shouldn't be tackling on these big stories, especially when you're so green. Like, she is so new to this. It's like she has a lot to learn, and handling these dangerous assignments for a newbie, that's not good. That can lead very bad, and obviously it has. I mean, it caused the death. I can't fault Dante. But what's so funny to me is Lulu told him, "Well, if I'm gonna tell you details about my work and stuff, then that means you have to tell me details about your work." It doesn't work like that. It's not the same thing. First of all, cops have badges, they have guns, and they have to uphold the law. Legally, as a cop, Dante cannot tell a civilian, let alone a journalist, details of an ongoing investigation. He can't do that. But there's no law that says that an investigative journalist should not tell the cops anything. There's no law that says that they can't or they shouldn't. I'm pretty sure Dante doesn't want to know the details of all of her investigations. I'm pretty sure he just wants to know the details about the dangerous ones. That's the ones that he really want to know about. Now, say if she's doing a story about a dog show, he doesn't need the details about that. But something about a drug bust or a murderer or something like that, he needs to know the details of that. That's something completely different. Anything illegal, he needs to know the details. That's what she's not understanding. And then she's sitting there talking about, oh, my eyes are now wide open. I know what I'm doing now. And no, you don't. I feel like she don't. I feel like she's just saying that to end the argument between them because she knew how mad he was at her, and he didn't even want to sit down with her. He didn't want to have no glass of wine with her. He didn't want to nothing because he was still pissed with her, and rightfully so. But I feel like she still doesn't get the point. I mean, that's just my opinion. We shall see in the future, but I feel like she still doesn't quite comprehend what he's trying to tell her. Um, because you can't really compare her work to his work. It's somewhat different. He has a badge, she doesn't. It's different for him and her because he shouldn't have to tell her details. Legally, he can't tell her the details of his investigations. But there's no legal precedence that said that she can't tell him the details of hers because she's not a cop. And I do agree with Dante. Like, this job, this career of hers, it has changed her, and not for the good. Like, she's not thinking straight. With two small children at home, you really need to think, and do things more smarter. Like the saying goes, work smarter, not harder. And that's what she needs to learn in order to be in that field. It's a lot that she needs to learn in order to be an investigative journalist, and hopefully she can get it right. Um, But of course, they made up in the end because they chose to compromise. So I'm happy that they made up. I do feel like the writers need to give Dante a storyline. Like, I really feel like he needs to have his own storyline at this point because I am sick of seeing Dominic Zaprania play second fiddle to everybody else's story. He needs a storyline. Like, I'm just saying, he's too good of an actor to not lead a storyline. You know what I mean? Too good. But anyway, another person who is getting on my damn nerves, Kim. Like, who the hell does this woman think she is to just walk up in Drew's office, look on his desk, and she saw the DNR, the do not resuscitate order that he had drawn up, and she started acting all panicked and frantic, asking his assistant, "Oh, where is he? Tell me where he is." First of all, you don't come up in nobody's office making no damn demands. telling his assistant, "Oh, where's Drew? Tell me where he is." Don't nobody owe you answers. You are not his wife. You are just his baby mama that he just found out about. You're not his spouse. You're not his relative. You're none of those things. So chillax, calm down, pump your brakes. Um, so Drew decided after thinking about it and after his conversation yesterday with Oscar, he decided not to go through with the surgery, which I think is a smart move because I understand he doesn't want Jason's memories anymore. I completely get it. But that surgery was way too risky. Plus, you had a do not resuscitate order. Hell no, that's way too selfish. You got two minor children at home. Plus, Jake and Danny, who you thought were your children, they still love him and he still loved them. So, you got Monica, you have all these people to think about and to consider their feelings. So I felt like it would have been selfish had he went on with the surgery and with the do not resuscitate order. It would have been selfish. So I'm glad he realized before it was too late that he made a mistake. So that's a good thing. Um, so Oscar got the internship at Aurora. It's something about Kim, and I've said this a billion times in the last few months, but it's something about her I don't trust. I don't trust that woman. It's something about her. I feel like she's lying about something about the past, or she has some type of secrets. I I just can't trust her. I don't know what it is, and I just feel like it's something a little shady that she's leaving out. I don't know what it is. It's like every time I see her, I just feel like there's a big L on her face or on her forehead for liar. I feel like she's keeping something from everybody. That's just how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but every time I see her, it's just my radar goes off. I don't know what it is. Um, but she's sitting here with this, trying to play house with Drew and Oscar, talking about, oh, Drew, do you want to come get a bite to eat with us? I know what she's trying to do. She ain't slick. So anyway, Sam wanted Alexis's help for her divorce. Ain't this her second divorce in literally a couple months? Because remember back in like February, January, she divorced Jason officially, and now she's going through another divorce with Drew. People just can't get it right on this show when it comes to marriage. But so anyway, she wants to give Drew her half of Aurora. I still say she's stupid for it. Not stupid, but I just feel like it's a bad business move. I mean, I can understand her wanting to sell him her 50%, but give, as in you just sign it over to him, that's not smart because I'm pretty sure that 50% is worth a few million, I'm sure. There's no way I'm going to give somebody my shares. I will sell you my shares, not a problem, but I'm not giving you shit. That's not how this world works. I don't give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's like growing up. I remember my cousins and them, they used to ask my uncles and them for $1. My uncles would not give you $1. They would make you work for that dollar. Meaning, do some sit ups, do some push ups, wash your car, wash the dishes. You want $1, you got to work for that dollar. You're not. I don't give anything. That's not how we grew up. That's not the way I work. For me personally, I don't give nobody jack. You got to either buy it from me or you got to work for it. Either way, you're gonna have to earn it. There is no give here. We don't do give. I don't know, I just found that to be a little dumb. I'm like giving you jack. I'm just saying. How do y'all feel about that? I just want to know, like, how do y'all feel about giving somebody something? You know what I mean? I just never liked that. Give. I will sell. I will make you work for it, but we don't do the GIVE up in here. We just don't do it. I'm just saying, we don't. That's not how we operate. We don't roll that way. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little story. Speaking since I'm talking about the word give. My first flat screen TV. I got my very first flat screen TV in June of 2011. You wanna know why I got my first flat screen TV? My mother bought it for me. You wanna know why? Because I graduated high school. And I've wanted a flat screen TV, but here's the thing. That's how we operate. She didn't give me a flat screen TV. I earned the flat screen TV by graduating high school. See my point? See what I'm saying? We don't do give. Um so anyway, Alexis was telling Sam about, her kiss with Julian and her searching for her past. Sam was not happy when she found out Valentine was supposedly helping her with that search. Trying to find out information about Mikos and stuff like that. So Sam, of course, threw out a little threat against him, telling him basically, if you hurt my mother in any way, I'll be your new worst enemy or whatever. Um, so Alexis had the paperwork for him to sign, making Charlotte the sole beneficiary of his estate, and he also had an envelope for her, about Mikos, because she wanted to know about their dad. I feel like it would have been a good thing for Alexis to read that envelope, but she instead threw it in the fireplace. She didn't, because she told Valentine she didn't want his help anymore. I think she should find out everything about her dad. You know what I mean? Because she did wonder, was he all the way evil, or did he have some good in his heart? You know what I think? I think he did. Because think about it like this. He might have not cared for Alexis, and that's what Alexis thought. She felt like her dad was intimidating. He didn't care for her. The only time Mikos intervened in her life was when she got pregnant with Sam and he gave the baby away. He gave Sam away. That's the only time he intervened in Alexis's life. But I disagree with that. I think he did care about her. I think he cared about all his children, including Valentine. Because think about it like this: he shipped his kids away and pretended like they were his niece or nephew because he was afraid Helena would kill them. That to me shows that he cared about you. I mean, granted, it's not an excuse for him not being a part of, being an active part of your life, treating you with respect and treating you like his child. Yeah, he was fucked up for that. He really was. But the fact that he shielded you from Helena, knowing how dangerous she was, and he spared y'all life, he made sure that y'all lived. That to me showed that he had some slither of of love for his children. Because if he didn't really care about his kids, he would have just let Helena kill them. But he didn't let that happen. So that tells me that he cared somewhat about his children. Um, but I hope that Alexis does dig around in her background and stuff, because I feel like she does have daddy issues. That's the reason why she's drawn to these dangerous men, because her dad was dangerous. That's the life that she grew up with. That's all she knows. So, and I feel like at this point in her life, it's never too late to break a cycle. It's never too late. And I feel like even though Alexis is in her 50s and stuff like that, she can still have a great life, a healthy relationship. And I hope that she continues to go to Kevin for therapy to fix this. I really do. And get her strength back. Because, Alexis has always been a strong character, but she's been weak when it came to dangerous men like Jerry Jacks. In the courtroom, she was fierce, and, raising her children, she was fierce. But when it came to men, she was weak. But I hope that, Kevin can help her fix it. So anyway, Aunt Stella, she just won't never stop. She basically dropped a little, some hints earlier, telling, Kim and all, when Kim and Felix kept bringing up the engagement and stuff like that, she was like, oh, y'all should enjoy the engagement while it lasts. I felt like that was ominous. Like that was her dropping hints or clues that she was planning on doing something to stop this wedding from happening. And if I was Curtis and Jordan, I would definitely be on the lookout. Because the way she was talking, it just sounded like she was sure that this wedding wasn't going to happen. Like she was going to do something. You know what I mean? That's just how I felt about it. Like she was so sure this wedding wasn't going to happen. I feel like she just needs to fall back, let go, and let God. That's all I can say. Like, seriously, she is still holding on to a 20-year grudge. Let it go. You know what I mean? It was so long ago. It's like, stop. All of that stuff that happened was so long ago. I understand that there's pain there, but like I said before, she keeps saying how she forgave Jordan for what happened. Obviously, you didn't, because you're not really happy about them getting married. You sitting there pretending like you're happy about it when everybody knows that you're not. Then you're dropping these little subliminal messages talking about how, oh, people should enjoy it while it lasts. What is that about? Obviously, you haven't forgiven this girl, and you should. It's like it was so long ago. Like these are adults, let them live. She needs to go and find herself some happiness and, figure out what she need to do in her life. I'm just saying. um so anyway, this whole thing with Jason and Sunny, Sonny and Diane was kind of irritating me today. I'm just saying. Jason was the only one speaking some true sense. Like they basically want Carly by her going to Pettonville and escaping the 25-year Pettonville sentence. I mean, by her going to mental hospital, Shady Brook or whatever. That's basically an admission of guilt. And Jason was like, he does not want her pleading insanity because it's an admission of guilt and he knows she didn't do this. Jason is basically the only one on her side. Sonny and Diane claiming that they're on her side. But my whole thing is, how the hell could Carly even get arrested, period, when all y'all going off of is somebody's word? There's no evidence that said that she pushed her down those stairs, but there's also no evidence that suggests that she didn't either. But either way, she still shouldn't have been arrested based off of somebody's word. Like, I just don't see it. And how the hell did her trial start tomorrow? How did she get a quickie trial? Usually, well, this is a show, so they could speed it up. But I remember back when AJ was arrested for Connie Falconeri's murder, his trial took months to start. I remember he was in PCPD lockup for a few months before his trial started. And I'm like, in real life, a trial is not that fast. Like it takes months for a trial to start. Literally, Carly hers start tomorrow, so it literally took days to get it going. But I agree with Jason. You know what I mean? Like Jason was like, no, she didn't do it, and she shouldn't have to go to no mental institution. She shouldn't have to go to prison. I agree. Why should she go down? Period for something we all know she didn't do. And y'all all try, and the DA is trying to get a conviction based off of Nell's word. But what about Nell's record? All they gotta do is pull up her file. She spent time in a mental institution. Also, the family thought that she murdered her ex fiance, which it looks like that storyline was dropped. Because I remember they kept talking about it when it first came out. Now it seems like they don't talk about it at all. Um, I don't know. I It looked like it might be some problems between Sonny and Jason because you could tell Jason was irritated with Diane and Sonny. I could see it all over Jason's face. He was not feeling them today. And Sonny talking about, oh, I want to believe you. Sonny, if you really wanted to believe Jason, you would have. Has Jason? I mean, he sees how intense Jason is when it comes to this, and he knows Jason always been right about some things. Why would he not believe Jason and Carly on this? And it's so funny because they always had Sonny's back, always, especially when they knew he was innocent. They always had his back. Jason always came to his rescue. Carly always been ride or die, but on this, it's like Sonny's not ride or die. Like if I was Carly, I'm just saying like Carly need to file them papers. That's all I got to say. Cause it's like it seemed like Jason and Michael at this point are the only ones on her side, and that's a shame. Cause we all know she didn't do this, and Carly, Sonny has known Carly for over 20 years. Like he should know his wife by now. It's a shame that the best friend know the wife better than the husband do. That's a damn shame. But anyway, I think I talked about everything. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. I will see y'all all later. Peace.